Emancipation is an interactive multimedia installation in the form of a 6-foot cubed windowless chamber. Visitors will be enclosed inside one by one. It's a challenge to literal and figurative walls that discriminate and oppress us. It's a critique of mass incarceration, and it has a historical reference to the story of Saint John the Cross when he was a prisoner of the conscience in 16th century of Toledo. So it's a kind of historical precedent of the liberating power of love, basically. I've been planning this project long before the current administration took office, but many people commented the relevance of these projects with the contemporary issues of walls, bans, and so forth. So in a way, it's relevant to the current socio-political environments in which we are living.
When we first met with the artist and we were talking about this vision that she had and this project, it was hard for me to visualize what she was visualizing, what she was seeing. So to start to see this coming together is just really, really neat. And I'm excited to continue to watch it as it comes together and it unfolds.
Well, I know that the piece is entitled Emancipation, and for those of us who have been behind the scenes on this thing since the beginning, I think we feel a bit of freedom, a bit of release to see this thing come together. I mean, not long ago it was a pile of wood and bags of cement and a bunch of porcelain tiles, you know, just white porcelain tiles. And now it's an immersive experience that is going to convey a great diversity of experiences to a whole host of people who come to visit it, who are lucky enough to visit it. So to see how a person can take a vision and literally materialize it in brick and mortar like this is most impressive. There's one thing in particular that I hope visitors will get from the project, which is you only have a very limited time inside this cell. That's unique. You go to a museum, you could stand all day long in front of a painting. And here you are inside a cell, contemplating, you know, the meaning of art and the way that it affects you, and you're very conscientious of time because you know that the lights are going to dim and your time is up. Coincidentally, that's sort of the inverse of a prisoner's experience in a cell where they have too much time on their hands. So I think the artist is maybe inviting us to contrast the two experiences and to be mindful of our limited time and to pay attention to the beauty around us, to pay attention to the suffering around us, and to see if we can try to connect the one to the other so that we might do some good for the suffering with the beauty that we're capable of producing. So I think that's one of the ingenious things about the project is it encloses you, it encapsulates you, and it says, hey, pay attention. There's a lot of stuff happening here that's both beautiful and painful, and you can do something about it.
This installation is more of a, as I can see it, a piece of time, really, that any student could walk in here and just sort of go through this piece of time that's happening in Aida's mind, Emancipation, but that would really connect with the students on so many different levels. Lots of different students could come in and feel something that they share, but also could feel something unique. We like that about it.
This work speaks to the power of beauty and the power of love to emancipate. And it's a very simple shape. It's a cube. However, what gives it the transformative power to free us or take us to another realm is the tactility of the materials, the layered, textured surfaces, the rust color and the blue color. What comes to mind with the cube and what the theme of the work is solitary confinement or incarceration. And this actually gives you the opposite feeling. And it's sort of a very special place to meditate, to sort of decompress.
I think for people that don't come from the same background as ours, it's important because it forces you to, for a limited time, to get immersed in something that is very different from what you're normally used to, and that sort of exposes you to some other type of experiences that you don't normally have, and you have to have the tolerance and patience to go through it, whether you like it or not, you know. So and I think that in this time where we're going through a lot of difficulties with people tolerating one another's culture, religion, and you know, ways of life, it becomes very important to go through something like that.